think now people will start
I
believing?
don't give a shit what people say. I never did. I never do. I told you before I thought I was the shit, and I'm telling you right now I'm the shit. What people say does not matter to me, because whatever you do in life, good or bad, there's always going to be somebody. You know what I mean? So I don't give a shit.
Dude, I'm recording the car for the first time. Fuck, let me turn this shit off. Recording the car for the first time. So, quality might be ghetto again. But we'll see. We'll see if I post this. Yeah, we just hit a pretty good deadlift session. Hit the sauna after. For 20 minutes. And sauna is where you do your best work. That's where you do your best thinking. At least for me. I want to play a clip. I'll probably put it before this, of McGregor talking. And he has a quote where he's like, I'm trying to remember the exact words he used, but he was like, I don't give a shit what people say. I used to think I was the shit. Even now I think I'm the shit. What people say doesn't matter to me. He's like, even when you win or when you lose, there's always going to be somebody. And I mean, it's pretty basic stuff. He's not, treading new ground, but it's a good quote to keep in mind especially when you're doing something a little different. And why is that true? Why is this quote so good? Even though it's something, everyone talks about. I feel like a lot of people who are successful, they're focused on themselves. And it's really important thing to keep in mind, especially in this age of social media and all this, information overload. You're constantly looking at, how do I look to other people? How do other people perceive me and what I'm doing? When really you need to be focused on the inputs instead of the outputs. There's a reason why even when I post a video, I don't look at the comments. I don't look at the views. I barely stay logged into my channel. Like barely. Like I just log in to upload a video. Every now and then I'll post or I'll just take a peek, but like I'm barely looking at the result, the output. And that's because when you obsess too much about the output, that's where you stop. That's where these infiltrations from other people get into your head. And you're always obsessing over, how many views did this get? And you might end up not doing what you want to do or what you're trying to do just because, I don't know, you got hate comments or because you're not getting the views that you want. When in reality, that's not the issue. The issue is always on you. Okay? So if you obsess so much about the outputs, those outputs are not going to be good either way, especially when you're just starting, doing anything. Like you're just starting playing a sport, for example. You're not gonna be Ronaldo first couple days, right? And that can be discouraging to a lot of people. That's why a lot of people don't succeed, because they try something and then they just stop because they are so focused on the result. They're not focused on what they're doing and what they can do better. And then it's discouraging, and obviously it's not easy to not see the results of what you're doing. But just by obsessing over that, you're crippling yourself. You're putting yourself at a disadvantage. I think that's really important. So I basically just post and I don't look at my channel. So whatever views I did get, I'm actually pretty surprised at. I actually surprised myself that I'm surprised myself that I'm even doing this, that I'm even continuing this. Anyone who knows me in real life just knows that this is not something I would do. So it's pretty crazy. And there's one other thing that my friend, who's also starting doing content, he was talking about. He was like, I can't wait till I get hate comments so I can print them out, put them on my wall, and then that'll just make me go even harder. And I mean, fair enough to that mindset. That's how you should handle criticism, kind of, in most situations. But I also feel like isn't the best way to go about it in this content type of world. Because, you know, like he said, there's going to be people not liking what you're doing when you're successful, when you're not successful. And you're focusing too much on the reception when you should be focusing on what you should be doing better. And you're giving power to these people that might not even be fans of you, that might not even want you to succeed. You're giving them that power, you know, you're giving them that like mental energy by doing all of that. And I really think that that's not the way you should go about it. It's not the worst thing you could do in this situation, but that's not what you should like aim for, I think. Right? I agree with the McGregor mentality in this case. You shouldn't look at You shouldn't look at the outputs. You shouldn't look at other people. Focus on yourself. Focus on what you're doing. Focus on the inputs. Focus on the process, and don't worry about the results. The results come with time. But by obsessing over the results, you're only going to be more likely to just stop what you're doing and be like, oh, this isn't working, you know, like I said. And yeah, don't give power to people. Don't give power to people in your head that have your best interests in mind. They might just be saying stuff. A lot of people have this crabs in a barrel mentality where they see other people doing something different and they just tell you a bunch of reasons why it's a bad idea. Even though if you try something, you're not gonna be setting yourself back in life, right? Like you'll just be, let's say you try something and you fail, you'll be back where you started. But a lot of people just give you a million reasons why that's a bad idea. I was getting into video editing last summer when I was working a job at the same time, and one of the coworkers there, we were just talking about like ways we were trying to make money. I told him like, I'm trying to just like learn video editing. I thought it would be like a good skill, and then I wasn't expecting to work for Disney or something, but I was just learning it. I thought it was a good productive use of my time, and that might pay off eventually. And all this guy started saying, like he wasn't hating. He's an okay guy, but all he started saying were like, that's so saturated, everyone's done that, so many people do that, how many YouTube channels are there? And I was just like, Brody, so what? Like everything is saturated. What isn't saturated these days? And I think a lot of people who want to do content, they also think they have this mentality of like, I can't do content because everyone's doing content, right? So what's like, what's the point? It's so saturated. But like, there's also so many more people that are consuming content. Everything is saturated. Everything you try to do is saturated. Every market, every business, everything. Don't worry about that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Definitely want to do more IRL. Not IRL stuff in the sense of what like streamers do, but I want to show off my training, maybe some videos on the sauna with recovery. So I'll be trying to do that soon. We're working on that behind the scenes.
It's just the way it should be. You shouldn't be focused on others. You should be focused on yourself and what you're doing, and that's it. So I don't know. All I hear out of my competitors is something about me, or something what I'm doing, or what I'm not doing, or what I should be doing, or what I can't do. And I don't even. It's just noise from different faces. I don't even know what it is. So I'm just focusing on me, and that's why I am where I am.